Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? This is the Roaming Prepper channel. This is a slightly different format from what I normally do. I normally do my live streams like this, and then my pre-recorded's a little bit more formal with intros and everything, and today is just not the day to do that. So I hope everyone's doing well. What I wanted to bring up to all of you is some information I'm seeing. And again, this is from news sources, so if you look for it, it's out there, saying that there's several hundred banks that have been sitting on or somehow finagled away a bunch of, I believe it was 500 billion of debt or bad loans. I'm hearing different stories. And in reality, that kind of stuff is what freaks out the stock market, makes oil and gas prices go up, because normally when the market crashes, oil, gas, gold, silver go the other way, right? You guys have seen it before. God, I hurt myself, jeez. And everything goes wonky. In cases like that, when you hear something like that, a lot of people be like, the economy's gonna collapse, and then some jackass will say, run up your credit card and buy all your preps because it doesn't matter, here's my link. You know, I think more than likely those of you who follow me follow a lot of the other creators that I follow too, and we all kind of say the same thing. Don't do that, right? Someone's going to collect their money unless literally we have an alien invasion and they start like UFOs fighting with F-16s in the air. The banks are going to find money. More than likely, like, the aliens will create the Bank of Mars and then collect their money anyway. So don't run up credit cards. It's just stupid. It's awful. It's terrible advice. And the more I see it, the more it agitates the shit out of me. There are a lot of channels. Now I'm seeing other channels doing it too. And I'm done with several of them, because it's like, oh no, you know, they have these big stores and they don't actually tell people stuff that doesn't cause panic. It's almost like they're trying to create the panic. So one, don't panic. Two, we can't control the banks. I can't, you can. I got all sorts of corporate contacts. Guess what? My corporate contacts are like that compared to some of these bigwigs. So I can't really, none of us can influence this. What we do need to do, though, we need to understand how it affects us. Again, I talk about it in my book. I've talked about it on my videos as well. It's important that anyone who's into preparedness, whether you're white collar, blue collar, retired, college kid, just getting your first apartment out of high school, military, we all get affected the same way. So it's important to understand, if banks start to collapse, you see that inflationary effect. You see companies start struggling because they can't loan money. They start to freak out. The market starts to freak out. Things start to get hard to find and get expensive. This is why it's important to maintain a discipline in how you buy stuff. You know, and I've said it before, you know, pick a prep, pick a topic, a subject, a category every week or twice a week, you know, Wednesday and Saturday, and say, on this Wednesday, I will do batteries. On this Saturday or payday, I will do canned food. And I'll inventory and then buy what I need and donate what's about to expire. Next payday, I will do rice and pasta. I will get grains. Pick a subject, pick a budget that you can live with, and then stay on it. Don't run up the credit cards. Now, there is a way to use credit cards effectively, and it helps your credit score. I do talk about this in the book as well, which is, if you use a card, try to pay it off immediately, but that's not always possible, right? Let's say you're like, I really need a Jackery, hurricane season's coming, it's gonna be bad, so I spend $1,000, right? You can't pay the $1,000 all back, but if you pay, say, I'm just giving you an example, $100 a paycheck, and you get paid twice a month, it's $200 a month. In 5 months, you've paid it off. You will pay some interest, but it's only a little bit, because you're not sitting on that debt for an extended period of time. Right? So you're paying that interest rate, but only for a very short period. So it's kind of like a short-term loan. Where you get killed with credit cards and those kind of things is when you run up the card and then you sit on that balance for an extended period of time. And then what they do is they charge you a percentage of the balance plus the APR on whatever, which moves, by the way. And over the life of, if you pay like minimums on $5,000, it literally will take you, 5 to 10 years to pay it off. Whereas if you pay double the minimum, you pay it off in 3 years and actually save about $10,000 in interest. There's a calculator called the credit payoff calculator. It's a free thing online. And you could just play with your amounts, and you can see even adding $5 a month to paying off a bill like a credit card, or to your car payment, or to your home mortgage, makes a huge difference over time. So be smart with your money. Don't panic. Stay on a budget. Define your budget and then stay there. Again, we don't know what's going to happen with these banks. Most of the time, the banks reorganize the loans. They pay part of it. They take the loss and write it off on their taxes. Like, things happen. So don't panic. But when you see a headline like that, understand how it can affect you. And then, do you need to adjust? For example, if an oil and gas pipeline gets attacked, that's going to affect energy costs, which will affect your gasoline, but also price of products. Okay, so what do we get trucked in our area? Well, we get A, B, and C trucked in. So I'm going to adjust a little bit and buy a little more canned goods, because I know I can get, say, vegetables locally at the farmer's market, which is a reduced cost now. Play the angles, try to understand how they fit together so that it guides your decision, so you don't make a bad decision. That's it, folks. This one's real straightforward. Stay on a budget, don't panic, but do listen and then understand, how will that affect me in real life, right? The president falls up the airplane stairs, who gives a shit? The old man fell up the plane stairs. Old men fall all the time. Not being ugly, I mean, I know people fall down, it's not funny, but like, he fell down, that means nothing to me. He emptied the SPR to reduce gas prices. That means gas prices are artificially low during the summer when they normally go up because people are driving. That means we could see a spike at the end of summer when everyone comes back to school. So I'm already counting on any trips I got to make, any visits. I'm going to do those travels during the summer this year because the government is artificially pushing the price of gas down. So that knowledge is changing my travel plans, right, for personal travel, because the company pays for business. And now I'm trying to adjust my plans to save myself a few $100 a month as I hit the fall. That money can be put toward debt, could be put toward repairs on my car, could put toward more preps, whatever it is you think you need, okay? That's what I'm saying. Try to understand. I know I'm trying to review this topic very quickly, and it's probably a bit confusing, but I think you guys will get it. And whatever you do, relax. Collaborate, ask questions. If you guys got to have a whole conversation on my chats, do so. I will eventually get back to my Discord. I locked myself out, was my own stupidity. So I have to download Discord again and get back into my chats. And I'm going to try and do some more organized conversation topics so people can discuss things and how it affects them, and in a more coherent way. But anyway, until I get around to doing that, God bless, Godspeed, be safe, have a great weekend. And yes, my windshield's still cracked, my roof is going to get completely redone, and now my wife's car got water in the gas tank because of the storms, and it had to get towed to an entirely different city because my local dealership's a bunch of assholes, and that'll be another video, and I'm gonna burn them on the video. It'll probably go viral on Instagram and TikTok and get me sued, but that's okay. Anyway, you guys be good, be safe, God bless. I'll see you later.